Hey guys, welcome to another Ashes of Creation video. This is actually my first video of the year, and actually since early access started, I have just kind of been slacking and quite honestly enjoying just playing the game. Primarily solo. A lot of the guys that I normally run with aren't playing yet. They tell me that they're going to be in pretty soon, so really just been doing my thing, trying to figure out how to make some money and, having fun. So what I wanted to do with this first video of mine, I've been getting kind of heavily into the sport fishing gameplay, which I'm enjoying a lot, and I'm making a lot of money doing it, for me a lot of money. But I did have some issues in the very beginning doing it, so I wanted to kind of make not necessarily a guide, because there's a lot of really good guides out there that kind of walk you through what you need and what you need to do. But when I started doing it, I ran into some kind of weird, quirky issues that took me a little while to kind of work around. So I figured I'd point out a couple of those that I was up against, and hopefully if anybody else out there is having the same problems, this video could give them a hand and help them out. So with all that said, I don't want to make this intro too long-winded, so let's get into the video. Okay, so the first issue I had to do with my keybinds and my movement settings. I had a weird issue where hitting the left and right arrow key that you would need to do for sport fishing, for some reason turned my character in left and right. Didn't move him left and right, but it turned it. So when I was sport fishing and had to do the left and right mode, my character started turning, so it was really hard to catch a fish that way. First, I didn't know if that's just how it was. I never saw that mentioned before in game. So yeah, I don't know. It took me a while to figure out how to fix, and now I don't know if this was mainly a me problem, something with my, my gaming setup. I don't know. I figured I'd throw this in here though because it was a pain in the ass, and it took me a while to figure out how to fix it. Because I asked in Discord and chat, and nobody knew what I was talking about. So maybe it was just me. But I figured if it happened to me, there's a good chance that it could happen to other people out there. So I'm going to put it in here. So basically what I did to fix it was go into settings, game options, key bindings. So under movement, so there's no turn under movement, left and right. So that's what was really messing me up. So, I had move forward, WASD, and move left, right? The only way I could, well, before I get into how I fixed it, if you get into, where is it? Miscellaneous? No, where's the, and even camera there isn't. It wasn't any of that. I'm trying to find, I think it was under action bars is where the fishing setup is, right? Vehicles, yeah, sport fishing. So here, if you notice, you have a sport fishing ability, left, right. These are what give you the left, right keybinds. Uh-oh, I got a bear here. Hey, man. Go away. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, where I was the sport fishing action bar. So under ability 1 and 2, that's your left and right movement. Seems like, we should be good. Left, right, arrow keys. But it wasn't. It kept turning my character. So what I ended up doing, go back to movement. Under move left and right is what I did. I rebound those to left and right arrow key. When I did that, it gave me a warning saying you're already bound under the sport fishing. If you do that, it's going to overwrite it. Say yes and let it do it. Then you go back in, clear it, go back under action bar, sport fishing, and set these back to left and right because they'll be cleared. Once I set them back to left and right, I had no problems. Another thing to be aware of. So sometimes the lakes seem to have a current. I don't know if it's supposed to in a small lake like this, or if it's just, I don't know, a bug or whatever. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. When they do, see how my boat's moving? You have to put your mule in the boat. A lot of people do it anyway. I prefer to have my mule parked next to me. But, like I said, when there's a current, you can't because it'll float away. But what my tip here is, make sure you put down your anchor. Because as you see here, I forgot to do that. Started fishing, and as you see, by the time I've caught this fish, I'm like well out of the hot spot for sport fishing. Luckily, I still caught the fish, but yeah, make sure you drop that anchor. So yeah, as you can see, I end up quite a ways away from the group. Alright, so if any of you have sport fished before, you know losing your fish is super annoying, especially when they just kind of swim away from you. You end up losing your lure, which costs a lot of money, etc. And, you know, it's just frustrating. Well, I was having a weird issue until I realized that I did have something odd going on with my settings. Okay, so this one was rather frustrating, and it took me a while to figure out what the hell was going on. So when retrieving a fish, I would come back and catch another fish and end up losing it, because I would come to find out that my number pad was turned off. You know, my num lock on my keypad was turned off. So hitting the keys, you know, like the 0, wasn't registering. So fish would slowly get away, and I would end up losing the lure as well as the fish. So couldn't figure out why. Where it was on 1 second and then it was off the next. Turns out the issue is, whoops, that's the wrong thing. Turns out the issue is if you go into settings, by default, your, where is it, key bindings, movement, toggle auto run is set to numlock. And you know, so basically I was hitting auto run. I would swim out, get my fish, and auto swim back. And every time I hit the auto run when I was swimming back, I was turning off my keypad. So in order to fix that, simple fix is just change your auto run from numlock to something else. I have it set to the period on my number pad. So now when I auto run, I don't shut off the keypad. Alright guys, this last one here isn't so much something that you need to fix, but it's definitely not cool. If you notice what's happening here, somebody just jumped on my ship while I'm fishing and commandeered my rowboat and started rowing me away from the group. There's nothing you can do about it. I've only had this happen once. But yeah, it wasn't cool. I'm really hoping that Intrepid does something about things like this where, I mean, first off, just make it so nobody else can control your boat unless they're maybe in your group. Or at the least make it flag you. Because, yeah, you know, when somebody wants to be a dick and there's nothing you can do to really combat it, it doesn't feel good. I had no choice but to just abandon ship, jump on my mule and swim back. But what sucked about it too is it bugged out my character and I couldn't fish anymore until I relogged. So, yeah. Anyway, mainly a bug, or not really a bug, but mainly just a game design flaw, but wanted to make you aware that that's a potential thing that could happen. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope that maybe some of this can help you out. I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm crazy, but these are some things that I ran into that were a little frustrating. So yeah, anyway, hope this can help. If you find it enjoyable and found it helpful, consider giving it a like and a comment. And yeah, we will see you again next time in Vera. Take it easy, guys.